Why is that there? I picked it up and it felt a little heavy. I opened it and my jaw dropped. It was the missing butter wax. Feeling super embarrassed because I had complained to him, I messaged the brand owner to apologize. Years ago in my hometown in Mexico, something happened to me related to goblins. To give you some context, I have been working in the cannabis industry as a content creator for many years. Back then, a brand reached out to collaborate and sent me a kit of products. I chose exactly what I wanted, and when the package arrived, my mother-in-law drove us in her truck to go pick it up. Afterward, she dropped me off at my house so I could quickly grab my clothes and overnight bag, since I was going to stay at my boyfriend's, now my husband's, place. I left the package in the truck, ran inside to get my things, and we headed over to his house. Once we got there, I did an unboxing and posted an Instagram story showing the products. Ironically, that was the very first time my account got shut down. I had about 10,000 followers at the time, and it took about a month to get it back. But at night, during the unboxing, I realized one of the 3 waxes I had chosen was missing. I had ordered a butter, a shatter, and a crumble. The shatter and the crumble were there, but the butter, which was the one I wanted to smoke the most, was completely gone. I messaged the brand owner about it, making a bit of a fuss, because I was really looking forward to that specific one. He told me, "That's so weird because I packed it myself and made sure everything was in there. But I'm really sorry about that. I threw in some extra herbs you didn't ask for, so I hope you enjoy those." I thanked him, and that was that. About a month passed. One day, I was at my house, just sitting on my bed listening to music. My mom had someone to help her with the cleaning, so my room was cleaned about 3 times a week. This meant that room had been swept and dusted at least 10 or 15 times since the day I got the package, which, remember, I didn't even open at my house. I opened it at my husband's, under my wall-mounted TV. I had a small cabinet that I used as a little altar. As I was sitting there, I looked over and noticed a piece of wax paper. It was that specific, generic white kitchen wax paper with red stars that the waxes came wrapped in. I was so confused. I thought, wait, I already finished those waxes and threw the papers away weeks ago. Why is that there? I picked it up and it felt a little heavy. I opened it and my jaw dropped. It was the missing butter wax. Feeling super embarrassed because I had complained to him, I messaged the brand owner to apologize. I wrote, "Hey, I'm so sorry about making a big deal of the missing wax. I don't know if I have a goblin attached to me or what, but this wax literally just appeared out of nowhere on my altar after weeks, and my room gets cleaned regularly." He replied right away, "Honestly, I think I sent the goblin to you. I'm sorry. I live alone. I don't have a partner, kids, or pets. But the lady who helps me clean always finds random kids' toys buried in my yard, and there's no explanation for how they get there." After that, things kept disappearing around my house constantly until I eventually decided to just set up a little altar for the goblin with some bleep candies and water to keep the peace. Honestly, this wasn't my only experience with goblins. Since I was very little, I've had things vanish out of thin air only to reappear later in the exact same spot, though some things, of course, never came back at all. Obviously, when I was a kid, it happened with other objects, but nowadays, coincidentally, to me, it's happened a lot with bleep. From what I've read about these creatures, it makes sense. They don't take things because they have any actual value to them, but simply because they know those things hold value to you. I'm just sharing my experience because it was honestly so wild, and there is absolutely no logical way that wax could have ended up there.